The sirens cut through the silence of Willow Creek like a scream no one could silence. It was 2:17 a.m. when police cars surrounded the pristine, glass-walled mansion of Richard Halden, billionaire businessman, philanthropist, and soon-to-be senator. The nation would later say this was the moment everything shattered. The night when the man who was called America's savior became America's monster. What the world didn't know yet was that inside that mansion, in a dark guest room, lay a 17-year-old girl, bruised, trembling, her torn dress clutched against her body. Her name was Emily Carter, honor student, violin prodigy, and classmate to Richard Halden's only daughter, Claire. She had gone there for a study session. She left in an ambulance. What came next would rip open 2 decades of silence, reveal more than 50 victims, and uncover secrets so dark they made the country question everything it believed about justice, wealth, and power. To the world, Halden was untouchable. Founder of Halden Enterprises, a multi-billion-dollar defense and tech corporation. Major donor to children's hospitals, cancer research, police foundations. Best friends with judges, governors, even the vice president. He hosted galas, smiled in magazines, shook hands with presidents. They called him the face of American excellence. But behind closed doors, he was something else entirely. A predator who hand-picked his victims, bribed silence with money, and buried evidence using connections in law enforcement and politics. Police reports vanished. Journalists were paid off. Parents who dared to speak were sued into bankruptcy. Some disappeared. But the one thing he never accounted for was his daughter's friend. It was a rainy Thursday, October 12, 2023, at 7:45 p.m. Emily arrived at the Halden mansion for a group study session with Claire and 2 other girls. They were supposed to prepare for their upcoming literature exam. Hours passed. The girls studied, laughed, ate dinner. By 10:30 p.m., the others left. Emily stayed. Claire had gone to bed early after getting a migraine, and Emily decided to wait out the rain. But Richard didn't want her to leave. Security cameras, later seized by investigators, showed Richard pouring Emily a drink. She looked uncomfortable. She tried to decline. He insisted. Minutes later, she staggered. The drug was already working. 3 hours after that, she was found by Claire. Conscious, crying, barely able to speak. And for the first time in 23 years, a victim didn't stay silent. By 3 a.m., a 911 call was made, not by staff, not by Richard, but by Claire. "Please," her voice trembled, "my dad, he hurt my friend. Please send someone." Dispatchers thought it was a prank. But the officers who arrived knew immediately it wasn't. And then something happened that Richard never expected. An officer refused the bribe. His name was Officer Daniel Reyes. Young. Honest. The kind of officer who still believed in justice. Richard offered him $500,000 on the spot. Reyes walked out of the mansion and submitted the incident directly to the FBI before anyone could stop him. Within 12 hours, CNN, Fox, BBC, every global network was reporting the story. The investigation pulled threads no one dared to touch before. And everything began to fall apart. 21 missing police reports from previous cases were found in a locked archive box. Medical files from hospitals showing signs of assault, all traced back to Halden's events, charity galas, and private jets. 2 retired police chiefs admitted under oath they were paid to destroy evidence. Judge, now a Supreme Court nominee, resigned overnight after links to hush payments surfaced. One victim after another came forward. Then another. And another. 52 women in total. ages ranging from 15 to 32. Each with a story almost identical. Each silenced, until now. Richard's wife, Eleanor Halden, knew. Not from the beginning, but for the last 5 years. She found messages, photos, reports. She confronted him. He told her, "Do you like your life? Then forget what you saw." She stayed for her daughter, for the money, for fear. But when she saw Claire collapse on the kitchen floor, screaming over Emily's body, Eleanor walked into the police station and handed them a flash drive. It contained videos, emails, secret recordings of Richard bragging about getting away with everything. During the investigation, a deeper, darker truth emerged. Richard wasn't just assaulting women. He was keeping files on people, politicians, corporate CEOs, intelligence officers, all of whom had accepted favors or money from him. His crimes weren't just physical, they were national. Blackmail, illegal campaign funding, bribes to foreign officials, documents linking high-ranking officials to illegal arms trades, offshore accounts, and classified military leaks. His rape case became the biggest political scandal in modern American history. On November 3, 2023, Richard unexpectedly made a statement. In a trembling voice, he said, "I will confess to everything, not for forgiveness, but because I'm tired of controlling a lie too big to bury."
Why?
What made him suddenly give up? Guilt? Fear? Or did someone force him? To this day, no one knows. Held at Washington, D.C. Federal Court. Live-streamed globally. Millions watched. Emily testified. Her voice cracked, but she didn't cry. Other victims followed. Some fainted on the stand. Claire testified last. She stared at her father and said, "You taught me to tell the truth. So why did you never live it?" The courtroom was silent. Even Richard lowered his eyes. He was sentenced to 327 years in maximum security prison. No parole. No immunity. His wealth seized. His legacy erased. But questions still haunt America. How many people helped him hide? How many monsters like him still walk free? What about those whose names appeared in his files? Will they be exposed next? Did he truly confess, or was he protecting someone bigger? And the final question, one nobody dares to ask aloud. Was justice truly served? Or was this only the beginning of something much larger?